Hello there everyone, this is Mark 3 and welcome back to Cosmoteer. Yes. I swear this longer delay between parts is not deliberate. It's just how things are turning out. I'll try and get it better this week, but geez, sorry about that. Anyway, welcome back, yes. Today we are going to be facing the guys that shot us to pieces last time. So, my hope is this time to finally fix my engines, and I think I'm going to go with mounting some missile batteries. Let's just check the cost and see how much that is. 10k per? I can definitely afford a missile bank of some kind. Uh, I'll just have to make sure that I do it first, and then I'll go ahead and update the engine bays as well, because I've been saying for so long that I need to update the engine bays. Oh well. I think I'll be finally pulling up the blueprints that One Eye was kind enough to share with me, like, I think I got 5 or 6 parts back now. Quite a while back. I'll slightly modify them, I must admit. But I must also confess that it took me quite a while to actually click, like, what was I looking at? Because as I'll have shown you on the screen, it's like they were asymmetrical, and I was confused because all the designs that have turned up um, in the actual thing, in the actual tournament, were not asymmetrical. So it took me a while to figure out that One Eye was actually showing me 2 separate things, 2 separate configurations for it. So yeah, I'm a little bit going a bit brain derpy sometimes, I must admit. So yeah, that's just me. Some crew there, some crew. I've messed this up slightly, I feel like. Yes, I have. Those need to be one further forward. Okay. But one change I'm going to make is I'm actually going to take the ones that are mounted out here with two bunk crew spaces. I'm actually going to mount these guys further back. And I think I'm going to put them like here instead. Just because I want that to be for armor to help protect the launchers rather than just like leave them exposed to anything, if you know what I mean. So that's my only real thought on that. But I'm not going to mount them here particularly. I'm just getting the configuration arranged, and oh god, I've just realised the cost. Darn it. Maybe I'll just go with one. I'll just turn off mirror mode and get rid of one of these for the moment. I really do need to start harvesting more stuff. I need more funding. Okay, is that all of it? Yeah, that's all of it. Okay, right. Turn off the mirror mode. Get rid of this side because I forgot to count the cost of the ammo facts, which are like 25,000 each, just over. So you know, kind of important that. Now, where should I mount these things? I think I'm just going to fit these guys like over here. Wait, no. The ion beam needs clear space to get through. I'm down here. Yeah, near the ion assembly, I think. I'll put it there. Speaking of, there's another change we can do, which is the sensor race. I was told in one of the comments, which I'll be getting to in a moment, that these guys are not actually bonused for if you get more of them. So that's something to be aware of. I'm also going to modify my crew. Copy the role. I said, sorry, not copy, duplicate. There we go. And you are teal. Missile boys. You guys deal with the missiles. Supply batteries to that. Really high. Operate the missile launchers. And so yeah, priority operate, then supply. Mine factories need bullets, really? I was not expecting that one. I guess I'll also do like storages too, and of course, is the fire extinguisher set? It is. Right. So missile boys, there we go. And just in case, I'll install a battery pack nearby, I think. Let's make it 2. Why do I keep doing that? I put it in the wrong place, darn it. I was leaving that gap next to the blast zone just so I could put some armor in. Fine. I'll put it like there. Install a battery bay here and here. Corridor it up. There we go. And I will turn around that. Just so that battery carriers can quickly get forward to resupply the battery bay. Though, of course, getting back out of the area to the central ship also needs a bit of tuning too, so I'll do that like that. That'll do for now, I think. Though, of course, we do need the armor and stuff. So, armor, defenses, endurance. Yes. Must make sure to protect all my explodey stuff because explodey stuff, basically. I think that looks all right. Probably made some basic mistakes in there, but it wouldn't be me if I didn't make some basic mistakes somewhere or other. So yeah, that's a nice little missile bay. I can duplicate it when I get enough, but yeah, 100,000 odd. Did I not hire the crew? I did hire the crew. They're just off and busy. So I'll tell you guys to be missile boys. Is there a way to multi-select? Can I shift click? Oh, I can. Perfect. Missile boys are set. So these guys will focus on the missiles. The battery mules guys will bring battery packs from the power cores to help supply this area, and then battery boys just grab from here to power everything. So yeah, that should be good. Safe. Okay, and let's get a comment before we get started. Full confession, I spent the time since last episode actually thinking that it had only been a single comment, and I was actually a little bit depressed further by that because like this series had been going on so well, and then suddenly there was like less people engaging or something, and it turns out it's YouTube. So YouTube was pulling a fast one and only told me there was one comment when actually there was a whole bunch of you guys commenting it. So yeah, that's good on YouTube for doing that. Oh wow, look at all these weapon ranges. Hopefully these guys are on. One concern I had was like, I don't know how much room the rockets need to clear to get past a wing. So it's like I was worried it would get hit or something. Oh boy. There's the nasty one. Need to be very careful of him. Right, first comment though is from One Eye. Good old One Eye, who responded to a whole bunch of things in the last episode. First off, cannons require a lot of ammo, so it's important the factory is as close as possible to the cannon, even if you would consider it exposed. Ooh. even if considered exposed, eh? Come on, turn. So what you're saying is the ammo factories that I've got back here would ideally be... would ideally be actually right next to these things. The damage. The damage. Come on, you guys. I am faring better than last time, but my forward prisms have already been knocked out again. And my side is getting chewed up too. Once again, my DPS isn't getting past the shields. And yeah, my ship is coming apart now. Maybe it's like... oh, my rear section got blown off. When did that happen? Right. Okay. Yeah, that's not going well. Reload. I think maybe I've got a bit unlucky there, honestly, because that's like two... I think that's two spawns on top of each other. Because I've never seen a 3-ship spawn before in this game, so it's like... Anyway, sorry. Yeah, cannons, factory as close as possible, even if exposed. Okay, let's try that. I kept them down here just to give room. There is room for some extra armor plating next to the cannon system, up there, actually. So I can shift the ammo factory up here. If I accept reducing the armor of the entire area. Just a tad. There was also a comment saying that this area needs more people, so I'll delete that. Install a bit more crew down here, because I can, basically. And I'll give a corridor up to this side of the ammo factory. Then I'll reinforce the heck out the area with extra armor plating. Because, well, because defense. Basically. I guess that'll do. I think I could really do with some forward-facing electro bolters. If I'm going to be honest. Not sure where to put those though. This area is kind of vulnerable, but maybe put one in the side here. Yeah, just keep them all on the sides, away from the main line of fire, unless I'm getting flanked. But then I need to... well, actually, these electro bolters are having a bit of trouble engaging forward anyway because they're so wide. So I guess I'll leave that corner exposed there. We'll see how it goes. So there we go. Modify the electro bolts and the cannon setup a little bit. Oh, I forgot to give them doors. I'm still used to having auto doors. Do that. Okay, next bit of the comment. Right. Flak's currently the most cost-effective option for missile defense. As I move on to a different elite area, because this area I do not like them. But as I said, they have a limited firing arc and are hard to place in position where they are effective. A couple of PD that are far away from the reactor will do pretty much nothing to defend against missiles. One of the main drawbacks to a PD right now is they require a lot of power. I know this. I noticed that. And they need it frequently. Your side PDs were running out of power with the reactor that close, and medium reactor modules are low on power. The side reactors are actually running out of power because I've overstressed it. My first thought is that PDs... oh geez, apparently the 3-ship spawns is actually normal for elite. Dang it. I'm going to save again. Jeez. Oh, at least I got the missile batteries to try and help out a little bit, but I don't like that. I don't like that is normal. But yeah, I've overstressed it because a small reactor can feed the power requirements of 3 of these guys, according to the stats. So 4 actually overstretches it, and what I'm doing is I'm accepting a little bit of extra power burn. Oh geez, when did he... why are you... I did not realise you were coming up behind me. You gutted part of my reactors! You swine! I mean, I called a wolf, so I guess that explains it, but still, that wasn't exactly nice of you. How much damage have I got? Let's see, power shortage, sides, and main, left wing gutted, reactors damaged, missiles damaged, and burning. Wait, there's no fire extinguishers over there? I'm going to see how damaged I am after this, but still. Oh, jeez, and another group is getting... Actually, that's 3 small ships. Why was that other one, like, 2 that size and 1 that's bigger? That was... that... Okay, now let's see if I got too badly bad in that. Repairs will cost me a couple of $100,000. No. No. Sorry if this is a bit cheesy, but I just got badly damaged because I didn't realise what the hell was going on. I'm not going to accept that. I'm not going to accept a couple of $100,000 in damages. I'm going to turn the ship around immediately so my defences are forward. And I do need better side armouring and stuff. I accept that. It's in the plans. I'll get to it soon, TM, but... Jeez. Okay, just sit here until we're ready to engage. Yep, here it comes. That guy is very aggressive. Short out the electro bolts immediately. And then just wail on it. Cannons, don't really care about too much. Though I should probably actually deal with that one. Because I've got to admit, because of the side mounting, some of this stuff my stuff is quite vulnerable to cannons. That seems to be going fairly well. But maybe I should actually switch this up a little bit and have the missile bay separate. Something that seems to be going on is we're getting a lot of power draw going on over there. So I think maybe a localized reactor setup would be a bit better. I mean, thanks to the setups from one, I know I've got enough crew for that. Let's see. How much do you need? Oh, HE missile factory. Power use 0.5 per missile or 0.42 per second. Ooh, we can fit a small reactor into that, I think. I mean, small reactor is 1.5, isn't it? Yeah, a single small reactor should be able to feed this entire area. Oh, I'll take it. Yeah, I'll take that. I should probably turn off mirror mode. Don't want to double that up. And that means we don't actually need all this. Hooray! I'll take it. I will take it. Though the other thing that we saw, of course, is that there's no fire extinguishers in the area. So do need to make sure that that's actually covered too. I'll give them a pair of them. And there we go. That should feed that entire missile bank. And they'll be safe and happy with lots of power. Slightly more expensive, of course, because it's a reactor rather than like... Oh, God, it's one of those guys. If it wasn't for the supporting ships... If it wasn't for the supporting ships... Honestly, it's that guy's kind of dangerous because it's got ion prisms. That's why I'm finding it hard to go against. Ion prisms plus massive missile barrages. The missile barrages aren't too bad, but the ion prisms, it was using them to focus down its target area, and my shields were not able to recover fast enough to deal with it. So that wasn't fun. Is it bad that I'm having to select targets? I don't really know. This guy's coming in from the side with electro bolts. Kill him. Maybe I could use a side-mounted shield, but it's like not really the way I'm geared up. I love swinging the ion beams around. Very useful. There we go. That should be good for those guys. Right. Sorry, moving on. Yeah, there was last bit in that little bit, which is like, and your medium reactor modules are low on crew. So yeah, I think has mentioned that several times now, that sectors were low on crew. So apologies for that, but that's why I gave them a few extra boys around there. Next bit. Doesn't matter the position of the prism, as long as it has target straight forward, it should never turn. You probably just forgot to target further forward backup prisms, or link to them to the front ones so they lost their targeting. Yeah. Then one goes on to tell me that sensor rooms are not stackable, which we already acted on. Also mentions that crew and power bars show how much... I'm not going to bother with that engagement, if I'm going to be honest. Instead, I'll go for a nice, easy, professional. This might burn a little bit of FTL fuel, but we'll get some ships on the way. So we're heading towards the elites a bit further out, so I figure drop in and do the thing, unless multiple jumps flat out have an increased cost. Actually, that's a good question. Do they have a flat out increased cost? I don't actually know. Sorry, moving on. Best to figure out how much you need by looking at your ship during combat and seeing what's going wrong where. Well, I know from watching that my ion beams actually tend to run out fairly often. And as you notice, the side PDs run out, but I mentioned that's because I'm actually using more power than I generate in those sections, and I'm doing that deliberately. So they start to run out as soon as the reactors run short on power. Once that power reserve is gone, I'm going to lose some PD performance, but I'm okay with that for an initial burst of defensive fire. Other problem locations, these areas can run out of power. Not sure if that's just bad layout or something. Might be. I kind of want to do a little bit of tinkering with the ship, if I'm going to be honest. And yeah, I need more engines. This reminds me of good times with this ship. When my ship was actually pretty powerful. Before I ran into those accursed ion things that are actually well enough defended to resist me. None shall resist me. It's not allowed. It's not fair, basically. Unfortunately, I think I'm also out of FTL to jump. Though there was a tidbit in the previous bits. Oh, I went to a really low one, geez. I can actually hit that one too. But the tidbit is, if I target a place in my FTL map, I think there is a flat cost and then it scales by distance. Like, that's 20% distance, that's massive increase of distance. So yeah. Yeah, so there's a flat cost to get into FTL and then there's a distance modifier. So actually dropping out of warp part way between two places just to take care of some enemies, that's not a viable thing to try and do. But anyway, I can target this, then if I hit buy, it's automatically set to do that. I forget who it was that told me that, though, to be honest. So my apologies for that, but I do forget. Okay, next up. Figure it out. Seeing if any crew die, or if my reactors aren't yet running out of power, which means you can add more parts. It looks like a competitive ship because it was made by one of the top tier competitive players. Builder. Are we talking about the one that you showed me that was customized by mine? I thought you made that one. Either that, I'm losing the plot just because I don't remember what I was talking about at the end of last episode. My apologies on that one. It's like when I record, I tend to get in the moment, and then I struggle to remember things. So sorry if I'm causing any kind of offence or anything. That's just like how I seem to be. Just nuke the reactor, please. Yep, that'll do. reactor room is running out of power a little bit. I feel like the optimum setup was not meant to be running with... Well, we know that that room is we know that area is generating enough power. I just suspect it doesn't have enough crew. So let's actually reconfigure it slightly. Look at me, I'm actually doing what the comment advised. Yay! Okay, just a bit there. And there we go. So that is 2 sets of crew. I don't think I need to really switch it to a missile boy crew because I've separated the entire area now. So that should be okay with normal crew. Do wish it was a bigger reactor so we could actually have a big reactor pack being carried for extra efficiency, but it doesn't need it. So, it looks like a competitive ship because it was made by one of the top tier players. So thank you, Vilda, for whatever it is you made there. I feel like I'm kind of like going... I'm being very placating? No, that's not the word. Like, I'm not really showing gratitude if I'm not sure what I'm saying thank you for. Do you know what I mean? It's kind of weird. Yeah, just nuke the reactor. Thank you. Right, sorry, I need to get moving because I am once again running out of time a little bit. So, next comment. I am glad you guys commented, honestly. But I'd keep getting distracted. Captain Redstone. So around 10:30 I get seen pretty confused on how prisms link, so try to explain that a bit better. By default, all prisms aim towards the part they are targeting. You can override this by targeting a part. Or, targeting a prism, a specific point. Prism sees it's aiming at another prism, it will fire if the prism it's aiming at has a target. Also, if you link prisms together, it's effectively the same thing as targeting yourself, which is why setting the inner prisms doesn't affect anything. Setting the outer prisms to hold fire would work, as you would expect. They'd only shoot at something if you gave them a specific part to target. Oh, wait, is that how that works? If I thought... I was confused by earlier comments which said I had to target a... wait, no, don't we? No, don't target that. What the hell? Yeah. So I can just pause it. It doesn't need to be in a weapon group. Is that... Because I was a bit confused by Railgun fans talks like a few episodes ago. But if I can just tell it to hold fire, and then it'll only fire if I tell it to target a specific part. That makes a lot more sense to me. If I've got it right now. Okay, so target the reactor. Oh, it's dead. Maybe this is a bad enemy to be trying. Because the rest of my weapons are killing them too fast. Maybe. Oh dear. But hopefully I've got the right end of the stick this time with that particular thing. Also, I don't like how the thing pops up in the corner if the control room is not on screen. Maybe if I had some more control rooms around the place, that would help. Hopefully that doesn't conflict with things. Just, can someone tell me if it does? I feel like it shouldn't, but I don't really know. Also, what are we shooting at? I don't know. We're still too slow. I need to get the engines fixed. Continue with Redstone's comments. Oh, he's talking about the things I've been running from all this time. Damn it. Target that, please. Oh. Oh. Yeah, it is working like I thought. Excellent. Now I understand that bit, thank you. Oh, hello, little enemy. Don't know if the PDs actually do any damage to you, but you are in the way of an ion beam now. Yeah. Okay, so that is very good to know. Though sadly right now it's not... My ship is not really manoeuvrable enough to try and take care of that, but yeah, that is very good to know. Beep and beep. Right. And we're just passing the 30-minute mark. we've only got a couple more comments left to go, so I will continue. So yeah, that group I was running from, I was starting to suspect it, but now you've just literally confirmed it, so thank you for that. That is a fleet. When the fleet spawns, it takes the budget of the ship that would have spawned otherwise and distributes it among multiple ships instead. Fleets are more likely to spawn at higher game difficulties and generally have more ships the higher tier planet they spawn in. Also, considering this is the first time you've actually blown up and had to redo a planet, it's time you learn about save states. Sounds useful. Control S does a quick save, Control L loads the last save made. Very useful for retrying high difficulties. Ah! So Control S and Control L. Okay, thank you. Nice. Moving, let's see. Next comment is from Clint. Says, great video. Only thing I see that needs help is longer rails. That's fair. The railguns are kind of anemic. I think might be. Well, they're not really anemic. They are pretty decent. It's just that they were built to a certain length and then I've not bothered to upgrade them at all. So yeah, that's why they're the same length. Their shots got off were great but not strong. 2 more rail segments and they will core out almost anything. 10 plus blocks deep, keep it up. So 10 blocks is your recommendation for rails. These are only 5. There is room. Oh, hello. This area is struggling a bit, but I think that's just... Yeah, these areas still need more crew because of all the electro bolts and things in them. Oh, that entire prism area got knocked out. Yeah, let's reinforce the area with some extra crew. Because the reactor had power, it's just that the crew didn't move the power to where it was needed. Let's do it like that. Okay. That's an extra, what, how many is that? 12 crew? Yeah, an extra 12 crew in each side. That should help with the power flow a bit. Right, moving on. For lengthening the railgun, I did actually spot this comment in brief before I started, and I was considering doing it. It's like, my thought was just like move the assemblies further back into the ship, but actually right now my thought is that maybe reconfiguring this area, because we've got these empty spaces to the sides, which we could use to reposition some crew and shift the ammo production off to the sides a bit, just so that's... You are very fancy looking. Oh, I bet I know what it was. Vestra made that ion thing that I've had that has killed me every time I've gone against it, didn't they? I bet that's what was going on. And I can tell this is a professional, because all the professional designs I've seen seem to have these striped paint jobs and these angled metal plates with built-in spaced armour. I think that's the best way to describe it. So, yeah, these things like these armoured fins and stuff, I think that's one of the hallmarks of that seems to permeate the higher tier professionals, I think. So, yeah, I think that ion ship was one that Vesta made. So, but still, kudos, because that is a very nasty ship, and it's... As soon as I ran into it, it was a very nasty surprise, and it murdered me too, so, you know. Thanks for that. How dare you make the game harder? Oh, I'll never forgive you. Or something. Now, keep up the good work. Honestly, you guys that are playing in the tournaments definitely have a much better understanding of this game than I do. Right. Last comment is from Happy Hafer, with a reply from Polar Bear. Happy Aphid says, if you have problems building and reading out comments at the same time, there's always the option to just record the episode with little to no commentary, reading and add/edit the rest to it afterwards. Or you could settle for reading only a select few instead of all comments. Polar Bear's response was, they would take a lot longer than just doing it in one sitting and probably wouldn't be very enjoyable for him. Actually, Happy Aphid, that is a valid point on vehicle building. No, video design. What the hell am I shooting at? Oh, it's dead. I was actually curious and I was going to look at that design, but then it evaporated. But yeah, that is called like editing in post. So it's like you get the video, then you go back and edit it, and that's where you can add the audio and stuff. It's something that some people do as a routine, and they like to do it. And some videos benefit a lot from that kind of video editing as well. I must admit, it's just that well, for me, I honestly enjoy it a lot more in real time, which is a approach which tends to be referred to as stream of consciousness kind of thing. So that's why there's little things like the memory gap. Like it took me a bit to figure out what people were talking about in the comments, and then I double back to it and that kind of thing. It does cut down on recording time, and it does mean that there's less polish in general, but it's also more honest, I think, as well. Just because it removes that separation, and it limits what you can do, like going back and editing it. So it's like, say in that fight where I got blown up, or I was getting blown up earlier on, I could have gone like, oh yes, and you can see here, it's like I was getting blown up, and it's like this and this was wrong, and oh dear, my ship sucks, and it's a pile of junk, and I hate that ship because it's absolutely murdering me, and I'm not entirely sure how to do about it. You know, it's like it separates me from what's going on, and I'm not going to call such reactions like people who do that like less genuine or anything, because that's not correct. It's just like that's their style, and my style is not that. I think that's probably the first way to say it, really, isn't it? Oh dear. But yeah, there we go, an extra missile bank. So yeah, we have missiles. Still not got around to doing the engine base, but I'm afraid I do have to call it there though. So next time we'll do the engine base, maybe. Or we better, because the ship is getting heavier and heavier and heavier. I don't know. But yeah, this has been Iron Mark 3. Thank you all very much for watching. Hope you guys are enjoying the show. I don't know if this is called the Grand Shaft anymore, but the flying weapons depot seems to be working okay, except for some enemies which can tear it to shreds. But I think those ships might be a bit of a hard counter to this design, if I'm going to be honest. Enough ruminating. Got to end the video. Yeah. Thanks for watching, and catch you all some other time. See you all later. I still think recessing the ion cannons a bit further back is a good way to extend room for the railgun battery. Should I do that off camera? Yeah, if you want to weigh in on that and suggest if I should reconfigure this area off camera, just let me know. Just add that in the comments.